see if I get this mic on right. All right, so it is the big Thursday. Chest and shoulders. I trained arms and back on Monday with my wife. You got the footage for that. Kind of a quick workout today. I didn't feel like driving all the way to Crowley, putting in extra drive time. Now that the gear's hitting, man, I'm able to train more frequently. So those are still training sessions away from the house. Those are still times away from the family. So I'm trying to minimize all those things and make them efficient as possible. So here I am today, training at P5. Gonna put you guys through a quick workout, easy, simple, bare bones. Don't need all the fancy equipment, and still get the job done. I'm gonna start it off with the incline press. Haven't done this one in a while, but let's see how strong I got. All right, guys, notice the hand position. Hands are right outside of shoulders here. If I went to the rings on the bar, put the outside of my hands on the rings, even in my warm-up sets, if I'm this far out, even to get a 90 at the elbow, at the bottom stroke of the rep, that is all up in my shoulders. That's what I don't want. So yeah, we're just gonna take our time, warm up adequately. Been a while. But it feels good. Feels really good. So with any pressing for the chest, I've said this 1,000 times, 100 times, 100 million, 1,000 times, 6 million times. The response is always the same. The answer is always the same. Elbows out. If you tuck your elbows in, you're putting shear forces on your front delts and your shoulders, and you're taking the tension out of your chest. No matter if you're stronger, because you're gonna have more lat drive here. Yes, that's true. But we're trying to isolate the chest. I'm training for hypertrophy. I'm not training for numbers, right? I want hypertrophy to drive my numbers. So elbows out. I'm working across the fibers of my chest. The fibers of your chest go from the inside to the out. That is the path that I want to train the muscle in. I want to go wide. So slightly outside of shoulders, elbows out, peak chest contraction. That's a Mike Mincer special. One of the first people I ever heard to say it. And he said it 40, 50 years ago. And like most of the other things he said, he was 100% right. So there's that. What you guys been listening to? Put it down in the comment section. I've been real heavy on Entheos, Zenith Passage, and Inferi, as well as Black Dahlia Murder, but that's kind of a staple for me. Oh, and no guys, I don't think I'm cool. I'm not wearing a do-rag because I think it looks cool. I need a haircut really, really bad. And yeah, I just didn't want to look so nappy. So I put this thing on my head, despite how silly it looks. I know, I think it works with the big muscles and the mustache. Kind of all ties together. It's a vibe. You ever just see genetic freaks walking around? I do a lot. And they may not be at the elite level of whatever place they could be, but you could definitely notice people that have traits that everyone is subconsciously striving for. Like that girl that works here. Her legs, like everybody wants hamstrings like that. Everybody wants quads like that. And I guarantee she hasn't spent the last 4 years of her life, you know, dedicated to growing it. It's just genetics. You're born with it. That makes it a lot easier. You can work toward it. I have some genetic things going in my favor, for sure. My back is one of them. However, you know, I've been running a shovel since I was 6 years old. Pulling on pipe and picking up sticks, doing manual labor, using my back since I was a little kid. It's been a while since I pressed with a barbell. I thought I was going to be really, really, really strong today. I might not be, but I guarantee you, I think I could beat my my previous best, or the last time I did it. I think my all-time best is probably 315 for 6 to 8. I'm gonna keep taking my time on my warm-ups. Let my pre-workout fully saturate. Let these carbs get in the muscle. Most importantly, let this music get me in the mood. So here we go. This will be a feeler, really. I slept funny, put my daughter down for her nap. I fell asleep, and I woke up with my elbow bothering me. So I did a couple more sets. I was at 225, a couple more warm-ups. They're not sets, they don't count as volume. Then I went and did some, smooth my tricep a bit. So I'm gonna see how this feels. I was hoping I was gonna push on 315 today, but what's important is I isolate and train to failure. If this doesn't go well, there's plenty of other options available. Oh yeah, I got a lot more steam in me. That moved good. I should have found the groove. So I'm gonna just move up like 10, 20 pounds at a time and get to a place where I wanna be, because I'm about to horse cock it. You know what I'm saying? So update, I am sitting at about 223 pounds fasted in the morning with striations in my obliques, veins in my glutes. So quite simply, the biggest and baddest I've ever been, coming off of an 8-month shit-tastrophe, dumpster fire scenario. But what did I do the whole time, guys? Like I said before, progressively overloaded every time I stepped into the gym. Didn't matter what drugs I was using, didn't matter. You know, it didn't matter that I didn't have drugs, didn't matter that I didn't have adequate everything else, sleep, nutrition, all that was half-assed. But my training was set up to where I did more every time I came into the gym. And I am better, like significantly better. My legs are much bigger. My arms are better somehow. Hamstrings especially. It's gonna be a whole different look from the back. My glutes have come up. It's exciting, man. And I'm just getting started on the pushing the envelope type thing, you know. Now I'm at a place where after reintroducing the supplements, I'm able to train much more frequently, you know, every 3 or 4 days instead of every 5. And that's huge. You can do some amazing things when you're a Meshuggah fan. Just need to hit a couple more feelers like that and I'm good to go. And notice I'm not pushing anywhere close to slowing I'm not losing velocity on any of these reps. They're not really taxing. They're just to acclimate, to feel the weight, to feel the load, to get my nervous system ready to go. As excited as I am to do this, I'm also scared to do this. And that's how it should be. You should be afraid to train. You should be afraid because you have to push so hard. You should be afraid if you're pushing as hard as you need to, because that's a scary place. It's a place you've never been for. It's the unknown. It is on the fine line threshold of hurting yourself, because that's just short of that is where you adapt. One thing I like about this gym is they've always got good stuff playing on the TVs. There's Evan Sintapani behind me, just hitting the most musculars in his prime. That's cool. Watching these guys train. There's Rolly Winkler. We usually got some bodybuilding shows on, some powerlifting competitions. Sometimes Sam Sulek's on. Huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Sam Sulek. I'm not really, but the dude is cool. I wish I spoke that well and was that likable. But I'm an old jaded elitist. How about that Hadi Chupan guy, huh? I told you. He's the best in the world. I told you. All right, I think the juices are flowing now. The carbs are hitting. The pre-workout's in. I got Sean behind me to motivate me. So this will be a feeler set. 1, 2, 3. All right, it's a good feeler. I'll put 315 on and I'll be back.
What's your YouTube channel?
Oh, the channel is Physique Friday. Yeah, so I got all my training vlogs on there. Our podcast, what we do every Friday night, is on there, uploaded as well. Primarily the topic, man, is training. The best way to train, and we believe and have the evidence that, you know, heavy duty, high intensity training as proposed by Mike Mincer and Arthur Jones was the absolutely the right way to train. Yeah. You know, and that all you need is one set to failure. You need a few sets of workout, and you need to train infrequently. You don't need to train a lot, because if you do, you will not improve at the rates you could. So for the last almost 2 years, I've been pretty much training exclusively like once every 5 days.
Training once every 5 days?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, now that I'm back on gear as of the last couple weeks, I find that I'm able to train a little more frequently. But hell, when I won my overall title, I was training once every 5 days.
You hit like chest?
Once every 16 days, twice a month. Wow. Guys, I wish you could see his face right now.
I get flat, bro.
You get flat?
I get super flat.
I don't think so.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm not, listen, someone your size, I'm not going to sit here and call you a liar by no means. It's just astounding to hear that.
It is astounding because it's something you would never expect to hear.
Yeah.
Right? It goes against every convention.
Yeah.
You know, Monday's International Chest Day. Everything operates on a 7-day week. Yeah. You know, how you hit a muscle X amount of times per week. It's like, no, none of that shit matters. All that matters is that book right there. That book is the only thing that matters.
What you mean?
I mean, every time I step in the gym, I have to beat the shit that's in that book. It doesn't matter what it takes to beat that. If I beat it, I won. That means I adapted to what I did previously. I will never settle for a workout where I don't beat everything in that book.
Is all that what you're talking about in your videos? I'm gonna check it out.
Oh yeah, you're on camera right now.
Yeah,
So
all right.
this will be a segment too. It's like I'm teaching you the gospel of training right now.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool, man. That's
Well, here comes the fear, guys. I say this a lot. You should be afraid to do your top set. You should be afraid to push this hard. You should be afraid to approach that fine line, because it's a scary place. Let go. All right, yo. Oh, did get as many as I want. Go ahead and strip her down to 225. I'll take it. 4 reps on the 4 reps on the incline. You don't have to lift me off.
All right.
And it's been months since I've done a barbell lift. Should have maybe kept it at 305 or 295, but hell, I don't remember the last time doing free weight barbell and to come back and hit 315 for 4 sweet reps. Feels good, man. Oh, yeah, pretty bumped up from that. All right, let's move on. All right, so it took me a little bit longer to get here. I had to warm up some of the equipment. These cables were occupied, but so we started off the workout with the incline barbell press, elbows out, little past shoulder width. I was pumped from that first set. Didn't reach the rep range, went ahead and drop set it, made sure I got enough effective reps in. And now we just move on to a standard cable fly. So same thing here. We want to follow the path of the chest fibers. So from the inside to the out, that means I want my elbows up. That means I'm going to go wide. Don't want to be tucking them. That'll be last. So we want to incorporate the final fibers that attach here at the bottom and up here at the top. But primarily, I'm going to save also my strength with the meat and potatoes, which is the width and depth across the majority of the chest. So we had that covered on the first 2. I don't have it written down in this workout book. I had another one, but I'm not sure what my top set was. But I'm kind of thinking of going to 47.5 and just horse cocking it. So I'm going to take some of these catch weights. So I'm going to go almost 50 pounds on the cable fly. It's going to be ugly. It's going to suck. I'm going to rip my vape in the middle of the gym. I'm scared. Oh. Seven 7.852 reps. You know what? I'm gonna call it a rest pause. I'm gonna drop it a little bit. I'm gonna drop it down to 35. See if I can, how many more I'll get, you know? So after 15, 20 seconds, I dropped the weight by you know, 40%. And couldn't get 3 reps, so failure achieved. All right, short and sweet. No real need to warm up, plenty warm, but like I said before, I train the majority only across, right? Elbows out press, elbows out fly. Now I want to work these underneath insertions. I want to work where the fibers tie in here, right? So now I'm going to do something contracting at that angle. So I'm going to work my chest from the bottom all the way to the top. And you can do this at any gym that has a cable station and a barbell. That was kind of the point of this whole workout, was to show that you guys can get it in. All it takes is 3 sets if you do your sets right. 3 movements, 3 sets. This might be too heavy. I'm scared. Oh, this is heavy. Oh. Yeah, I ain't even chancing a rest pause. I know that was absolute failure. That's all it takes. So 3 sets, 3 movements, 2 across, 1 up and down. I mean, my chest is absolutely annihilated. It's done. Gonna move on to shoulders, which will be even simpler than that. All right, so remember, keeping it simple. The lateral raise, I already pressed, already did flies, so my front delts already gotten a lot of work in. That's why I'm not gonna isolate them today. What's left on my shoulders? My medial delts. What am I gonna do to work my medial delts? I'm gonna raise my arm to the side because that's what your medial delt does. So I'm gonna overload on this lateral raise machine. I've done dumbbells for over a decade, so I like to use different shit, but dumbbells will suffice in this place. So here's exercise 4. All it takes is 1 set to failure if you train that hard. Same old shit, guys. All right, it's the final set of the session. I hit the medial delts real hard. I just want to touch up on the rest of the shoulder. I say the rest. I want to hit everything one more time. So I'm going to do a press, a bias shoulder press. I don't really have good cues for these kind of machines. It's all something you just have to get in and feel for yourself. And you know what? If you can't feel it, go do something else. Don't try to make these things work for you if they're just not working. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, I'm moving the machine around. Not as many reps as I'd have liked to have gotten, but that was so heavy. And once I started, I wasn't gonna stop. And then I like moved the machine over quite a bit. There we go. Well, there you have it. 5 sets, 3 for chest, 2 for shoulders. I'm gonna grow from that. I can already feel the fatigue put on it. Remember guys, 1 set is all you need to grow. And intensity over everything. If you can progressively overload, you're growing and improving. It's really that simple. None of the gurus are saying that. Why is that? You know, everybody acts like it's some special drug protocol, it's some special diet, it's some special this, some special that. It's really not. Every person who says all those things, they're coaching genetic elites who are going to succeed no matter if they ate rocks and dog turds. They would still be better than 99% of the population. But hey, I'm doing it with little to no volume and a shitload of intensity. So, peace.